This conference will now be recorded.
Hi all.
Hello.
So we are here for Python. So already other day we discussed about these things. So now I will go through those things before taking things forward. Okay. So like we will see what is Python and what are the advantages of Python. What are the different types of applications that we can develop using Python? Once you learn Python, what are the different jobs you can opt for? And then we will see the installation part. What are the various softwares that we have to install here? You know, so these are all very much basics that we'll discuss before going deep into the subject. And any point of time, if you any of you have any doubts, you can stop and ask. Okay? Yeah. See, Python is a programming language. So like we have many programming languages, and Python is also one of them. And when it comes to Python, it is a interpreter based programming language. So when it comes to, like we have two types of programming languages, like compiler based programming language and interpreter based programming language. So what is the difference between compiler based and interpreter based? In compiler based, the entire program will be compiled first and then access will be given to the user. And when it comes to interpreter based, line by line reading or interpretation or parsing of the document will be taking place and simultaneously access will be given to the user. Okay, what is that? In interpreter based, line by line reading or parsing or interpretation of the document will be taking place and simultaneously access will be given to the user. So that is what is the difference between compiler based and interpreter based. Most of the languages are compiler based, like we have C, C++, Java, C Sharp, TypeScript. So like this, these are all the languages which are compiler based. And when it comes to interpreter based, we have Python. and JavaScript. Of course, JavaScript we use for front end web applications, but still, no, like these two, you'll find some similar features. So both are interpreter based, and one more point in common is when it comes to data types. When it comes to data types, we have two types of programming languages. What do you mean by data types? See, now when we are writing a program in any language, when you are writing a program, we'll be declaring variables based on the data that you want to store. So I will write a program to store, assign, and store the data in some location, which you want to use it for some purpose. Okay. So when it comes to data types, we have two types of programming languages. What are they? Statically or strictly typed languages, and loosely or dynamically typed language. Here I suggest all of you to sit with book and pen and write the notes, okay? And no, even while relaxing, you can read and see. Like I will give a lot of points here, and some I will write here. Some no, that you have to note down and practice. And while reading, you have any doubt, you can come back. Okay. So, like so many concepts are there here to learn, you know. So I suggest to sit with book and pen and write everything, and even the programming that we do here. So you have to practice, and like any difficulty in running these programs and all, no, you can come back. So that will help you. Like if you are putting everything at one place, okay? Yeah. So statically or strictly typed language and loosely or dynamically typed language. What is the difference between statically or strictly typed and loosely typed? See, when we declare variables, when you declare variables, we have to specify the data type. When you declare variables, you have to specify the data type. Say, for example, now I want to assign some whole number. Now I will declare something like, say this one, and say I want to assign say some string value. Say that in singular double quotes, we will give something. So we'll discuss all these things also. Say if you are very much new, not a problem. Say float some f equal. Say you want to like store a fraction value like this one. So no, that time we will declare. So in statically or strictly typed language, when you declare a variable, we have to specify the data type. Okay, so that is what. And again, most of the languages are statically or strictly typed. Like we have C, C++, Java, C Sharp, TypeScript. So where like when you declare a variable, now it is mandatory to specify the data type. Okay, when this is loosely or dynamically typed language, no need to specify the data type. No need to specify the data type while declaring a variable. Straight away, you give an identifier, what we call this as variable identifier. Say where I will assign some value like this one. Okay. Sorry. Now, is something like this one. So no need to specify the data type. Straight away, we can give an identifier and assign value to that one. Okay, so Python is interpreter based, loosely typed programming language. Okay, and one more thing is Python supports multiple programming paradigm. Multiple programming paradigm. See, every language will have its own style of writing the code. Say when it comes to C, C language, you'll write everything in terms of functions or what we call as procedures. And when it comes to object-oriented languages like C++, Java, C Sharp and all, where we'll write everything in terms of objects and classes. So, different languages have different style of writing. And you can follow all those styles in one language, that is Python. So, in Python, you can no write functional oriented or procedural oriented and object oriented. Object oriented. So all these styles now, like you can write only functions, still you can get the output, and you can write classes. Okay, so all the styles are supported here in Python. Okay, so this is this one. So this is object oriented also. So we will discuss everything about OOPS concept here once we are done with the basic part. Okay, so this is what is this one. And what are the different types of applications that we can develop? Now, using Python now, different types of applications very easily we can develop. Reason is Python has robust standard library. Robust standard library. Library means what? What is the advantage of a library? Reusability. We will use the functionality available in different applications that we develop. And when we use these libraries, as a developer, you'll be writing very less code comparatively. And here in Python, you have so many libraries which you can take advantage of in developing different types of applications. Okay. And one more thing is there are so many frameworks to develop different types of applications. Like say that you want to develop web applications, you want to develop GUI applications, graphical user interface. We have frameworks where it will be very easy when we use these frameworks to develop these applications. Okay, so what are the different types of applications that we can develop using Python? So you can develop web-based applications, you can develop GUI applications, you can develop gaming applications, and you can use it for testing purpose, Python. And like we have image processing and graphical designing. Image processing and graphical designing. We can develop, like any operating system related tasks we can do using this one. And you can develop a language. You can develop any programming language using Python. And now you can develop prototype applications, prototype applications that you can develop. Enterprise and business applications means what? You can develop very large applications. So using Python. Now you can develop networking applications. Say like sending mails to the targeted users, sending SMS, like creating charting applications. You can do by using this one. You can do this documentation generation here. Documentation generation we can do using this Python, and you can develop database applications where you can connect to different types of databases. Like we have two types of databases, RDBMSs and NoSQL databases, and you can connect to different types of databases using this one. Okay, and many more that you can do using Python. Different types of applications very easily we can develop. Okay, this is one. Next, why Python, or what are the advantages of Python? See, like any individual or company wants to take advantage of when you have open source. Open source means what? You can download and use it for free. No need to purchase license. Okay. So Python is open source, which anybody can download and use. And it is platform independent. Platform independent means what? On any operating system, you can run this one, like Windows, Mac, PlayStation, Pocket PC. These are all different, like operating systems. On all the operating Linux, on all the operating systems, you can run this Python. Okay, so Python is platform independent and it is open source. And the other advantage already we discussed is multiple programming paradigm. Say that already you are into some technology, like say that Java, C++, whatever it is. You can take advantage of that knowledge. You can take all those concepts and put it in Python way here while developing. Okay, so multiple programming paradigm. So this is one more advantage if you see that easily readable and maintainable code. Easily readable and maintainable code. See here syntaxes will be very easy compared to other languages in one way, like even while declaring variables, we'll not be giving any data type and many more that you'll find here over the times, which all will help you in writing less code and neat code. So when you are going through that, now you can read it easily and maintainable. In what is the other advantage of this readable and maintainable? Say that you'll when you are going into real time. Say you are sitting on a project. You will not sit on a project which starts from scratch. Okay, so you may join at some point of time. So you may have to take up half done work left by somebody, or you may have to work on bug solving, or you may have to work on enhancements from whatever developed previously. So for all these things, no, like when you go through the code written by somebody, everything should be very clear. So where you understand and you start where they stopped, or bug solving, whatever it is. So really this will help easily readable and maintainable code, where very easily you can understand the code and write further. whatever you have to write. Okay, so easily readable and maintainable code. And for writing code and take advantage of in developing different types of applications, we have robust, standard, library. See, what is a library? Library is the one which contains functions and functionalities already. So now when we use this in the applications that we develop, very easily you can know use this one. So we will use all the functionality, and you may have to pass couple of values for the output. Okay, so robust, standard, library. This is one more advantage. One more advantage is this will simplify complex software development. This will simplify complex software development. So, many tasks we can do very easily compared to other languages where you write the code. Okay, this is one more. And as I said here, we have many frameworks to develop different types of applications. And in this one, in types of applications, we have forgot that what is that? Like scientific and computational applications, data science, scientific and computational applications also we can develop here. Okay. Okay, so many frameworks where now we can develop different types of applications using this one. And one more thing is TDD. So nowadays this is very important. Not nowadays for development, TDD is very important. What is TDD? Test driven development. Test driven development means what? Say now in real time, what they will give you is called as FS. What is this FS? Functional specification. So in this, no, you will have, like a complete description about what we have to develop. Okay. So now here, most of the technologies again, if you see that follows MVC pattern. And when it comes to Python, say you are developing a full stack application, now you will be following MVT pattern. This is similar to MVC only. Java.NET follows this MVC. What is this? Model, view, and controller. And what is this? MVT, model, view, and template. So now when a specification is given, that will be divided into different layers. So three layers they will be divided, and these three layers will be developed by three individual developers. Okay, so now individual developers can test their work before integrating into a single page. So what happens here is it's very easy to find out the errors or bugs, what we call. So when you develop a layer and you test it before integrating, so there will be less chances of getting errors later. Okay, so that is what is this test driven development. So test driven development is also now like very important. Reason is it's very easy to find out the errors. Okay, so that is what. So here Python follows MVC pattern, and no other languages like Java, .NET and all follows MVC pattern bit similar. Okay, so this is what is this one. So these are all the advantages where you can like take advantage of, and even like we can develop different types of applications with ease compared to other technologies. That is also one more thing which will help you. Okay, so this is this one. So once you learn Python, as I said, once you learn Python, you can opt for different fields. Like say you want to go as a backend developer, you can go as a backend developer. You can go as a full stack developer. This is also order of the day, like where a full stack developer means what? So you are whole and soul. So like you'll be doing all the activities, like say like when it comes to full stack developer, no, we have full stack developer is there, full stack engineer is also there. Full stack developer, full stack engineer. So what is the difference between full stack developer and full stack engineer? So here planning, coding, testing, like designing. So after planning, like designing. As a full stack developer, you have to take care of all these things. Okay, so apart from these activities, say you are asked to work as a full stack engineer, you have to do the networking part also. So networking part also your duty. So of course, pay will be more for a full stack developer and full stack engineer compared to like a specific area you are working. So backend developer you can go as full stack developer, full stack engineer. You can go as a data scientist. You can go as a machine learning specialist. You can go as like a most happening artificial intelligence. You can learn, and even you can go as a tester. Of course, after Python, what you have to do is you have to learn Selenium. So you want to go as a tester, okay? So like for Selenium, you can use Java or .NET or Python for generating scripts and all. So see now we have the advantage where you can go for different fields. Say that you are starting just now learning Python, okay? And so these are all the different types of jobs that we have. Okay, so now when it comes to like learning, where now over the time we'll be doing programming and all, so you can install different softwares for free and even editors also, so like of course we have to, so like we have discussed all this, so let me installation and configuration. So like I will explain this one, installation and configurations. See here, first thing what we have to do is we have to download and install latest version of Python. So the latest version is like 3.12.3. So which you have to download and install. And here only thing is, after downloading, what we have to do is, like in the installer you will get once you download. In the installer, first step, there you will find a checkbox where you will find the text add to path. Add to path. So this checkbox you have to check. Otherwise, no, all others are only default. Only a default. No need to go for any other configuration. So when you click on the installer, in the first step, it will show you a checkbox where add to path you will find. So add to path means what? It will add to environment variables. Okay. So path will be added to environment variables. Okay. So, but for that, everything is. Now, once you install, you'll get two tools for this one. So, what are the tools? Now, like as I said, this is interpreter-based language. So here, what we'll get is interactive interpreter. We'll get interactive interpreter with this one, and also we'll get idle. So two tools you'll find here. So once you install this Python, you'll get a folder in the start menu where you can go and check. So we'll find these two tools, interactive interpreter and idle. So interactive interpreter where you can write programs, but you cannot save these programs. But idle is a basic editor where you can write programs and save to a location. Okay, so these two tools you will get. So for practice, simple programs and all, if you want, you can go for Tony also. This is also a free tool. So this is the editor to write the Python programs exclusively. And see here all like most of the words that we use are a bit strange. And now you can download Anaconda also. Anaconda software you'll find and configure Anaconda. You download, install, and configure. So here you will find like once you configure, you'll get one thing called Jupyter Notebook. Some companies uses this one also in real time, Jupyter Notebook. And finally, you can download and install PyCharm community version. PyCharm community version. So now you'll find two versions here, PyCharm community version and professional version. So professional version you will get a trial. After 30 days you have to purchase license. And if it is PyCharm community, it is a free tool which you can use. And you'll find almost all the features here. So no, like while practicing, PyCharm is more than enough. So, like we will use other tools as we discussed, but finally we will settle with this PyCharm. Like here you will find everything, all the libraries, packages, modules, and all which you want to install to develop different types of applications and all. You will find in this PyCharm. So, how we will do all those things we will see. Okay. So these are some tools, and we have other tools also. Other tools also like Eclipse, and no, you can use Visual Studio Code also. Most of the people use apart from PyCharm this Visual Studio Code, which is Microsoft tool, but you'll get it for free. You can download and use it. Okay. So this is one more, and you have even other tools. Also like Vim, Emacs, Emac. Okay, so these types of tools are there which you can use. And like to work, say for web applications, you have frameworks like Django, Pyramid, Django, Pyramid, like a Flask, Django, in fact, Flask, and like Web 2.py. Of course, Django and Flask are most happening here for web application frameworks, and that too, Django is the one you can learn if you are going for full stack developer. And you have many other things like Cherry Pie, Bottle. So these are all the frameworks targeting only Python. Okay, and Google App Engine, Google App Engine. So many other tools are there, and say that when it comes to GUI, graphical user interface applications, so we have Tkinter, Kiwi, Tkinter is there, Kiwi is there, and Qt is there, WX Widgets, OpenGL, OpenGL. So like many tools are there which you can download and use. Of course, when it comes to PyCharm, you'll get this Tkinter by default, which you can take advantage of. Okay, so this is one more thing. So you have to download and install. So like so you can go through all these things. And when it comes to like okay, so this is the download and installation part that we have to. And after this, like see here in Python, we'll be learning two parts: basic Python and advanced Python. Basic Python and advanced Python. When it comes to basic Python, no, like we will see all the basics like keywords or reserved words, so which are very much required with any programming language. We should know the data types. We should know operators which we use to manipulate the data that we give here to achieve different output, and operators, and then type conversion. We will see what is the type conversion probably tomorrow or the other day. So type conversion is very much required in any programming language. So now basic programming, next to this one, where like we will do programming on like operators, data types. We will see type conversion. I'm talking about programming, okay? So very much basics, and conditions, compilations like if else, while, you know, for all these things, and these are all. Next, we'll move on to data structures. In one way, I'm giving the concepts that we are going to discuss over the time, okay? Data structures, and then we'll discuss about functions and different types of functions based on the other scenarios, and then we will see regular expressions here. We will discuss about assert statements. We will discuss about error handling here. So these are all the things as part of basic Python we will be learning. And when it comes to advanced Python, we will discuss about object oriented programming, and here we'll discuss about C as this is Python. We'll discuss about duck typing, monkey patching, the various concepts, and why these concepts, what are the advantages that we achieve out of using these concepts. Okay, monkey patching, then we will see iterators, generators, decorators, decorators, and threading, database connectivity, database connectivity. And here, no, total we'll discuss about three databases. Okay, say when you install Python, by default you will get SQLite 3 database you will get. We will see that. We will discuss about MySQL database and MongoDB. We have two types of databases, like we have RDBMS, Relational Database Management System, and NoSQL databases also. So as a developer, you should know at least one RDBMS and one NoSQL database. So that is the reason behind, I want to give concepts on, SQLite, no, you will not see any user interface. So when you create database and all, automatically it will be created in your folder. But when it comes to MySQL and Mongo, we'll write queries and all, we will see, you know, and what is the difference between RDBMS and NoSQL database, we will see. And finally, we will see some GUI applications. Okay. And apart from this, I will share a lot of material like books, other documents, interview questions, and even practice programs. I am preparing a book. So I have some, but I am adding more programming to that one. So where apart from whatever we do in the class, you will get many programs which you can practice. Okay, and no, all these things. And if required, say that we will have one practice or doubt session in every no, like one day every week. Say that after the weekend or last day of week, you know, we will see and discuss any difficulties or your ideas or whatever it is. We can plan. That's not a problem. So these are all the things that we'll be doing over the time. Okay. So that is what is you know uh, like what we will do here. Like any of you have any doubts, you can ask before wrapping up the session for today. Any doubts to ask? You are clear so far whatever we discussed?
Yes, yeah, clear.
So everything is clear, right? Okay, fine.
Yeah,
So, okay then, so we'll wrap up the session here. So we'll go slowly for a few days. Huh? So before everybody is getting into the groove, like say understanding the concepts and all, and getting the terminology right. Okay. So once good with these things, so we'll 1 hour class will be there. If required, we'll extend it by 10-15 minutes. Those all we'll discuss depending on the requirement and other things. Okay. See you tomorrow, same time. Bye.